Hi everyone! I'm so thankful for all of you joining me today. Again, don't mind my white pale face. Currently have the Ordinary sunscreen on. I guess we'll call this my 10 top tips for basically getting rid of hormonal acne specifically, because hormonal acne tends to affect, I think, the majority of the people, and also hormonal acne tends to also be the most painful. You get cystic acne underneath the skin that hurts. Signs of hormonal acne are acne around the cheeks and around the chin, predominantly the cheek area. Basically, the reason why I wanted to come in and talk about my top 10 tips is not only to inform you all, but also to kind of remind myself what I should be doing and what I am doing wrong, because this past weekend I basically have been following like a FODMAP diet. Basically, it's an elimination diet. I did fall off of it this past weekend, and literally Sunday I woke up with like 2 new pimples, and then Monday morning, which was yesterday, I woke up with like a couple more pimples. So I know for a fact that it had something to do with my lifestyle, and then as soon as I went off track, my acne literally just came back, and now I have a really painful pimple there. I have a couple painful ones there, and they're just all on my cheeks, and they're just, my hormones just don't know what to think and how to react. But basically, I would sum up the 3 main causes to hormonal acne. This is not in any particular order, but stress would be one of them, what you eat would be one of them, and also your lack of sleep. So basically my tips today are kind of just trying to tackle all 3 of them, because those 3 in my opinion are basically the main causes of hormonal acne. So as you all know, I'm starting to post on Sundays now. So basically Saturday, I was trying to figure out my whole uploading schedule for that day. I was kind of stressing out about that. And then also, as you all know, if you saw my last video on Sunday, I made like a lot of protein muffins, but basically as I was editing my video, I kind of fell off track and ate some of those extra muffins that I set aside for the day. And I basically ate and edited way late into the night, later than I should have. I literally stayed up till like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. trying to post and upload the video. And basically, just in that one night, I already activated my stress, my bad eating habits, and my lack of sleep all in one night. So no wonder my hormones were all out of whack and just didn't know what to do. So number 1 tip, I would say, don't procrastinate and plan your schedule the night before. This literally has to do with anything, any projects, anything for school, because I know it's stressful to kind of look and deal with work head on, and I know procrastinating in that moment will be so much more stress-free, and you're just kind of like watching whatever you enjoy on YouTube or whatever. But then when it comes down to the deadline, at the end of the day, you're going to be so much more stressed. When you're reaching closer to the deadline, you're going to be in full panic mode trying to get stuff done, and then again, that's going to set off your stress, but also you're going to mess up your sleeping schedule, and also you're probably going to want to eat something out of stress. So just to avoid all 3 of those things to begin with, don't procrastinate and just plan your nights ahead. I can make a whole video on that. So that would be my absolute number 1 tip, because I think that is what set me off to get a lot of my pimples back. And my number 2, which also has to do with dealing with mental stress, is either read a self-help book. So self-help books I personally like reading is like how to be more productive. If you know how to schedule and prioritize your time and like figure out what you want in life, basically, I feel like you're gonna have so much more easier and stress-free time in the long run. But like all of us, some of us may be lazy to read self-help books or just don't have the time maybe. If you don't want to read something, then I definitely recommend watching Infinite Waters. His name is Ralph Smart. He has a YouTube channel. I'll link him down below. He is someone that I watch literally on a daily basis. It's perfect because he makes videos the span of like 1 minute length to like 10 minutes. He keeps his videos very short and sweet. He just really helps with like calming me down and kind of figuring out as to why I'm stressed, time managing, goal setting, organization, diet. He literally tackles everything, but if I had to recommend any videos, it would be his whole channel. He posts like once or even twice a day, so there's always something new. So I think number 3 would be making sure that you stretch every single morning, because when you're sleeping, your body very tense, like you have to loosen up your body. So if you get rid of any stress or tension first thing in the morning by doing like a quick yoga session, stretching a bit, even if it's for like 5 minutes straight, like set a timer for 5 minutes and just like do all the deep stretches you can think of. It's very low maintenance exercises, so it's not going to put any unnecessary physical stress on the body. Yoga is super good for circulation, and any posing where your head is below your heart, that's like poses such as like the downward dog, that's where your head is below your heart. That's super good for circulation also within the face, so that could actually potentially help speed the process of healing your acne. So again, I do those poses every single morning. Number 4 would be don't work out too hardcore. I love running and like making myself huff and puff, but the thing is, if I do that every single day, I am putting unnecessary stress on the body. Even HIIT workouts or weightlifting, again, that does put unnecessary stress on the body, so just make sure that you're only doing it like a couple times a week. Exercising as a whole obviously is super healthy. I went for a good run this morning, but again, if you're experiencing acne and you're working out a lot, then maybe tone it down a bit. Maybe just go for more like light jogs, walks, and then stretching like I do. And that brings to, again, stretching in the morning. A very like low impact working out, because working out you should still do. I really encourage it, but don't do it to the point where you're stressing your body, which cortisol levels will obviously rise and then basically result in more acne. 5. So for diet, limit your sodium intake. This is something that I actually learned and I started trying and implementing a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I never knew that excess sodium can put unnecessary stress on your body, and again, that can result into high blood pressure, skin conditions that you just don't want. Apparently our bodies only need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt a day, which is like nothing. I know a lot of people just like douse the salt on. If you could keep your sodium intake 1,500 is probably ideal, you're good. I've been like basically replacing salt with lemon juice, vinegar, just stuff that again doesn't have much sodium in it but still is flavorful, and use more spices. So again, if you have acne and you're eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables but you're putting on a lot of salt on your food, then maybe consider reducing that a bit. So number 6, plan your meals the day before. I used to kind of go with the flow with my meals, but now since I'm kind of doing this FODMAP diet thing, which is the elimination diet, it kind of makes me want to plan my meals the day before. So I just use my FitnessPal just to log in what I'm eating, make sure that I can schedule, see all my meals for the day, and how much salt I'm intaking and all that kind of stuff. So then it really again just eases your mind and it's just one less thing to worry about. So number 7 would be stop your dairy consumption. There are so many hormones in dairy and it just messes up with your face so much. So I really highly recommend stop dairy. That's including yogurt, cream cheese, etc., milk. And then also I would start supplementing some probiotics, so like a probiotic pill, or if you find the sauerkraut that has to be kept in the fridge, so like not the sauerkraut you find in the aisles that are just sitting on the shelves, because those probiotics, like those bacteria aren't really living, they're not the best form of probiotics. So if you can get the kimchi or sauerkraut that is kept in the fridge at the grocery stores, that means that the probiotics and like the bacteria are still alive, so they're going to be the most effective probiotics to consume. So if you are consuming sauerkraut but you bought it off of just the shelf in like the aisle, that's probably why you still have acne, because you're eating a very not good source of probiotic. Or I consume a coconut yogurt, and on the back of in the ingredients, if it says cultured coconut, but yeah, it has to say like something is cultured in the ingredients, otherwise there's probably no probiotics in the yogurt either. Just keep that in mind. So my next tip would be treat yourself to a health supplement. So not only you feel like you're taking care of your body and you're very mindful of what you put in your body, I feel like treating yourself once in a while to a health supplement is a form of self-care instead of buying like material items. Like I find myself spending money way less on just products and like clothes, home decor, etc. I don't spend money on that. I'm much more into spending money on myself when it has to do with my health. Again, I feel that's more so of a feeling of self-love, whereas I don't really get any long-term good effects from buying a pair of shoes or something. My favorite health things to purchase on myself is like licorice root tea, nettle tea, peppermint tea, matcha green tea. Kimi has 2, a green powder and also a matcha, so either one of those are like amazing. I have the matcha one that's actually on the way in the mail to me right now, which I'm so excited about, because again, material things will bring you temporary happiness, whereas investing in your health is completely priceless. You can never invest too much in your health. I don't think I could ever find myself saying investing in my health is a bad decision. So a lot of foods that I personally like eating to reduce my stress levels is cocoa powder and bananas. Helps lower blood pressure and kind of levels out cortisol levels. And then same with teas, again, like matcha, herbal teas, zinc supplements. So my next tip, since I am trying this FODMAP diet and elimination diet, I actually eliminate gluten, because I feel like gluten really just messes up my gut and digestive system. So again, if you have acne and you're still consuming gluten, like even whole wheat pastas and stuff like that, maybe try cutting them out for a while and just see how your skin reacts, because as soon as I cut out that, my skin has really been reaping the benefits. I think that's the word. And sometimes I even limit my fruit intake. As of now, I only limit myself to half a banana a day, which is like crazy to think, but I mean, when you think about it, dark leafy greens have so many more vitamins and minerals than fruit itself, and also you're not getting all that excess sugar. So again, if you have acne and you're still eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables, you might be consuming actually too much fruit, because I find that consuming too much fruit even has something to do with negatively affecting and impacting my acne and making it worse. So yeah, that's something to consider. So we're in the home stretch. My next tip would be, don't go on technology for at least an hour before you go to bed to get the optimal night's rest, because I'm trying to aim for at least 8 hours a night and I'm getting there. I got probably maybe like 6 or 7 hours last night, so it's not like great, but I'm still aiming. Also be regular with your sleep schedule. Just because you got 8 hours of sleep but you fell asleep at like 2 a.m. and just slept in, that's still not the best for your body. Your body should be consistent every night. Plan to go to bed at 10 p.m. and wake up at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. every single day, and like keep that consistency, because if you don't, then your body's just gonna freak out and be confused and your hormone levels are gonna be all out of whack. And apparently I've heard the optimal sleeping repair time for your body is between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So if you're staying up past 10, your body's not gonna heal itself to the fullest potential. So make sure you sleep and fall asleep at least at 10 p.m. No later than 11 p.m. Around 9 p.m. I make sure that I'm off of technology. So usually what I do during those times is I'll like light a candle, I'll write in my diary, plan what I eat, and also my plans for the next day with my daily planner. While you're not on technology, some people will wonder, well, what the heck am I gonna do for an hour before I go to bed? Well, that is what you should be doing. Planning the day ahead. Usually takes me about like 10-20 minutes to do that. After I do that, I usually will go for a nice long walk, so like half-hour walk, 45-minute walk, or I'll just stretch and do some yoga. So not only I am doing yoga in the morning, but I can also fit some in the evening, which is the hour-long break before you go to bed from technology. So I think that is like the optimal day. So not only you're gonna get more blood circulation and like all this lymphatic drainage going on, even walking promotes lymphatic drainage. It's very like low, calm physical activity, but that's really gonna benefit the body, and it's going to just set yourself up for a night of just restful sleep, because you're not going to be on technology. Stretching, walking is a good way to de-stress. Reevaluate your life while you walk. That's usually what I do. Think about life. So then by the time you go to bed, you're just kind of tired and fall asleep, because I know I tend to overthink as soon as my bed hits the pillow, just because I don't really set aside time to worry about that stuff and think about that stuff. So when you take that hour before you go to bed to just kind of reevaluate your life and like plan for the next day, do a little walk, I think that is like the ultimate perfect evening routine. And also doing that will just give your body an extra hour to just digest all the food that you ate for supper that evening, because it's not good to eat right before you go to bed anyway. So you need to take that time to just kind of digest. When I eat during the evening, my body wakes up, like it has energy, right? You're literally just consuming energy, so your body doesn't know what to do with all this excess energy. So it makes you want to stay up later. It's just not a good thing. I stopped eating at least 2 hours before I go to bed, and then by the time you do go to bed, you can just be relaxed. Your body's not trying to work to digest food. Instead of trying to digest food, it can just focus on primarily just healing itself and getting your skin back in check. So those are my tips. I hope those helped you. I probably have so many more tips I could share with you, but this video is probably gonna be so long. But those are the main things. I think next week I will post a video about this FODMAP diet thing and like how it will clear my acne, because I know I'm gonna get my acne back on track. Today was the first day of going back on it from the weekend. It was just a hectic weekend, stressful weekend. So again, gotta plan, schedule everything in advance. But anyway, what I should do next, comment down below. Please subscribe if you want to see more of me. I post now every Sunday and Thursday. Sunday being health and fitness, Thursdays being skincare, acne related, sometimes makeup related. So if you're into either one of those or both of them like myself, please consider subscribing and become a part of the skincare squad. But yeah, I will leave it off here, and I hope you have a good day, good night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video.